Hi, my name is Blake Alexander, and this is my dream vacation to Seattle. So, starting off, we're going to be departing from Peoria. It's a round trip flight from Peoria to Seattle. It's 300 per person. Um, so already 600 is gone already. It's roughly 7 hours. So your first and last day are just kind of going to be taken up by this. And with COVID prices, it's lower. It's gonna be lower. But I would leave in April because there's talks of a vaccine around that time, so I feel like it would be a lot safer to go there. Obviously, you're still gonna need your mask and everything, but I think it's just a safer option all around. When you land, though, the lodging is we're gonna be camping. You're gonna drive for about 15 minutes to a Tinkham campground. Um, Most people have a tent, so this shouldn't be an issue. But cost for one night is about $15, so lodging for all these nights will roughly be about 70. And food should have been bought before this. I mean, you can buy it when you land, but you shouldn't spend more than about 100. Just two people out in the woods. A lot of this food, you can just cook. Not eating at a lot of restaurants. Camping is just a smarter option. You have less human contact. It's cheaper, much cheaper, and you get to see this beautiful, forest behind you and not have to deal with anybody, getting around you, potentially infecting you. So, after you sleep and you wake up, you're going to the Mopop Museum and the Fry Art Museum. I personally love everything the Mopop Museum does. It has exhibits on grunge and horror films and video games, and Seattle is like the birthplace of grunge, so it was almost a no-brainer for me to want to go here. I've always wanted to go, and this museum I feel like would encapsulate a lot of the stuff that I want to see. But admittance to that is $20, so about $40 a person for two people. Sorry. And then after that, the Fry Art Museum has free admission, and you'll see exhibits on femininity in the past, spontaneity, and they even have local art the size of a billboard that takes up a whole wall. It is absolutely insane. Right next to those is the Space Needle, so you could just walk right on over to the Space Needle and take a picture next to that 605-foot tall figure. Absolute insane. After that, though, you can return back to the campground and relax because you're definitely going to need it for the next day. So for the next day, you're going hiking at Loop Trail. The plan is to, eat your Wheaties, make sure you're all ready, and then leave and hike. So the trail is about 3 miles long. So when you start, you go into the woods, and it's like this circle pattern, and about 3 miles, and it's roughly just flat. There might be some hills up and down, but not a steady incline or a steady decline. You have a lot of forest around you, a lot of water. It's a great thing to see. You shouldn't be around a lot of people. You're in the forest, you're hiking. It's another kind of no-brainer to stay away from people. Besides, like, the museum and stuff, which you would need your mask and whatnot. But you're staying away, you're seeing the scenery. You're camping in it, you're hiking in it. It's honestly just something amazing to look at because you don't really get that stuff here. So afterwards, you head back to the campground and, you relax because, trust me, you're going to be tired after that. And then we go to the third day, which that's mostly for shopping. You have the Pike Place Market. They sell anything from art to food to crafts and toys. Basically anything you need. It's kind of a one-stop shop. It's all local people too, so you support people. The money goes straight to them. It's not some big business. You spend around 100 there. You get lunch and souvenirs and just kind of get familiar with the place. And then after that, I would go to the Light in the Attic Records. I'm a huge fan of records. I love record stores. Every time I go somewhere, I want to hit a record store, just see what they have. from their website, it sure looks like they have a lot of older records, which, I mean, I could definitely get some old punk records, old blues records. It's honestly just the perfect mix. I love just going anywhere music wise in a city that I'm not from. Which, speaking of, after that, we would stop by Kurt Cobain's house. Although someone does own it, so you can't get like too close, but you can still, see where he lived, see where he died. Maybe take a few pictures. I believe there is a swing outside and a tree that has his name on it. But after that, head back to the campground and just get ready to fly back the next morning. So the next morning, you'll fly back, no cost, obviously, because of the round trip flight. So make it home and should be fine. Budget, though, I'll break it down for you to kind of see where we're at. The round trip flight for two was $600, and the Mopop admission was $40, so you're sitting at like $640 now. Food would be about $100, so you're sitting at about $740. Camping would be about $70, so you're sitting at about $810 now. And in the marketplace, you spend about $100. So now you're at $910, and the record store at $50, so about $960. So that other $40 is for any other expenses, whether it be taxis, whatever. Although a lot of this stuff is within a very close proximity of itself, so you shouldn't have to take a taxi really anywhere, whether you're going from the museum to the Space Needle. It's all within walking distance. You can totally just walk there. The only thing you might need is the taxi from the campground to, the city part, but that's like a 10-minute drive. So, yeah, that is it, and thank you for listening to me.